Okay, hello, welcome back to the cast. Here, I'm Michael here with Anthony. We have not the best of games to bring to you. It is yet another disgrace of Italy versus Norway. We've done the review before. Didn't think we'd have to come back with the same exact story, but lo and behold, here we are. Anth, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I'm so happy with this team.
Yeah, it's a great team. So, I mean, hey, sometimes we have to toot our own horns. This isn't a good way. I would rather have been wrong and Italy do well, but something we've said about Gattuso is he's a great motivator, but he's a crap tactician, and he has bad personnel choices because he has favorites. Like this was very, very obviously a case of that here.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's also just like what we talk about is the mentality of this team in general. It's not a very tough team. I'll show you that in the disgrace of the week, which we'll show at the very end. But they don't really have a lot of resilience, I mean, especially like they finally go down a goal, and they just never really believed they were gonna win it. You just always knew that Norway was gonna have the edge. At least I did. Once they actually scored the tying goal, I didn't really have faith that Italy was gonna pull it off. Did you?
No,
Yeah, that's not a good
no
thing.
faith.
It's not a good thing. So we're gonna bring up the only. Let's start with a couple highlights here. We got the video review, the Man Packs video review. We're gonna bring up the only good highlight from Italy's point of view right here. All right, you can see this okay?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Marco gets the ball. Peggy, DeMarco, Posito, good goal.
Excellent finish.
Yeah, I think
I
he
mean,
played well all game.
we started well. There was like 15, 20 minutes there. I'd say the first half. I mean,
No, first
it's
half, all the first half
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, one nil. Okay, fine. Uh, but the problems came up. The 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 character waned. Um, it was almost inevitable. Once it started happening, you just knew we were done. Just deflated. Much in the vein of the Inter Champions League final. It's just the give up.
Kind of what I'm saying. It's like if you just knew that once it got scored on, Italy's mentality and the team and the character of who they are was never going to get there. I mean, they haven't qualified for the past few World Cups. They don't have any big time winners on this team. So you can't really expect them to have a great mentality. There's nobody who's really been there, done that on this team.
Right.
I mean, Donnarumma won Euros. I mean, a couple of these guys won Euros. That's big, but it's not massive, right? That's the biggest experience they have right there. But there's
Yeah.
no amazing character guys on this team. I think.
No, no, I'd say there's not any character guys. I think in world football in general, there's not many character guys, but we certainly don't have them.
Yeah, that is for sure. Okay, let's move on to really the meat and potatoes of this video.
The
We'll
meat and
kind of get
potatoes.
in the game, and then afterward we'll kind of get into why we think this is happening overall, what needs to be done, and kind of run out with that. Okay,
Sure.
next highlight. Enjoy. All right, I just want you to watch Bastoni here. Now I'm just forewarning that the people who are big Bastoni fans, I do not hate the guy, but I think he's a bad defender. Like he's fine
He
going
is.
going forward, which is why he's okay in a 3-man back line only. But when you play him in a 2-man, he's incredibly exposed because he's weak physically, in my opinion. Um, and his marking is poor, and he does not have that desire to stop somebody. You can just tell he doesn't have that drive to like get in front of his guy, muscle him out of the way. He doesn't care enough. He doesn't have that like true defender's desire. You just see it everywhere. And this is one of them. Just watch his positioning. I think this is on Sorloth. He's just kind of touching his back a little bit. He's not trying to throw him off. He's not trying to put pressure. I mean, Mancini's not doing anything either. But this ball, where's it going? This guy's either going to shoot or cross. Those are the only two options he's going to do from here. Let's progress it. Let's come in. Boom. Look at that. That's the most he does. Kind of gently rests his arm on his back. If he gets contact on that, if Sorloth gets contact, it's over. I'll just wide too.
It's
Real
little
weak.
things like that. It's whenever we do these breakdowns, we want them to be tactical in nature, and they never are. It's always a matter of some guy just turning his brain off, checking out, or just not competing at the level they need to compete at.
Not having
This is
desire. Yep.
Yeah, it's just a lack of this is absolutely a lack of desire. We're up 1-0 in a game that it's not a must-win game, but it's a very important game.
It's more just for
And
mentality. I mean, the game, like,
yeah,
technically, because we couldn't qualify naturally, it didn't really matter. But I mean, it does matter for the psyche to just get dominated by Norway. But yeah, I
yeah,
get you.
these are games we need to start winning.
Yep.
And especially we don't need to get pounded. And this is how it happens. These little bits of laziness, um, unassuredness. It's just that
It's also at home.
it
That's
yeah,
like too.
dude, have some pride, man. The
Have
hell
some
with that guy.
pride.
Take him out of the game.
That's gonna be a
Your
theme the whole way
that's your
through.
job.
Say that much.
Delete your man.
No, he's
All
just
right,
here to
keep
hang
going.
out, man. All right,
Yeah,
next
he
clip.
just
Enjoy.
I don't know. Oh
Okay,
God, will I?
ball is here. You will not enjoy. Nobody will enjoy this one. I mean, this one isn't the worst one. I'll say. This is the goal from, I think, Nusa. This is not the worst one. Actually, this is the least atrocious one. So DeMarco steps up, maybe too far, but it was a good layout there. But there's enough guys back here to stop this.
Or
You got Locatelli
Di Lorenzo.
here. Yeah, Di Lorenzo steps up. You have Locatelli. You have, I think, this Politano back here. Is he the Politano there or here?
Yeah,
We'll see.
Politano.
Politano's back there. You may have, who's this guy? Fratesi, I believe. Yeah, Fratesi here. This is enough to stop this. I mean, nobody's actually in a bad
Yeah,
position here. This is fine. It's just they didn't close them tight enough. They didn't close them tight
no.
enough.
We have
Donnarumma.
forwards playing defense because we're overlapping and getting overly aggressive on things. And this is what happens. There are guys there, but nobody knows how to defend. Not a
Check this
single
out
player on the
though.
team.
Look how this broke down though. What's going on here? Look how much space the best striker in the world has.
And who's covering 18? Yeah.
Nobody's
And
covering
who's
either of
covering
these
18?
guys
Who's
right
covering
now.
how long? Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah. Bastoni's just
Initially,
on
it
a nice
wasn't bad.
jog.
No, it's awful.
Yeah. I mean, go back. I want to see who should have had this guy.
Yeah.
Bastoni has clear
I'm
view
gonna play
of
this in a
Holland right
little
now.
bit of a shorter time here, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Bastoni has clear view of Holland. There's absolutely no reason he
He's
can't
yeah,
see this
he should
and
be
get
like
there.
on him right here, on his in front of
Yes.
him, on his shoulder, throwing him off. No,
Yep.
no, he won't do it. Just jogging, hanging out, at least on for a stroll. Locatelli, man,
Just ball watching
look at him. What are you doing
always.
there? Di
Just ball
Lorenzo
watching.
was taken out of the play, but he hasn't hustled to get back and cover somebody else,
Nope.
right?
Head's not on a swivel at all.
What's Locatelli doing?
DeMarco's a defender. He's just jogging like he's a midfielder.
Hanging out, hanging out. Nobody has any desire. He's way past him now. Mancini's covering just open space. I don't really hate his positioning here. I just think he should be more aware
I
of
don't
what's
hate his
happening.
positioning.
This is
I
more
don't
the
hate his
issue,
positioning at
and
all.
this is more the issue.
Yeah, I mean he's maintaining space, and the people behind him really need to be doing the job. I mean Locatelli needed to be covering that late runner, or Di Lorenzo, but
Yeah, should have
that's
covered it
really
for the mistake.
Locatelli's job. And then Bastoni, he's
This,
so bad.
this is bad. And Donnarumma here, this is not good enough, right? This is a near
Yeah,
post shot. There is a deflection, but come on.
no, this is terrible. This is to
Boom.
me, this is on Donnarumma. That should never go in.
This is bad. If there's a rebound, that's
That's
all on Bastoni.
yeah, yep.
That's bad.
Oh yeah, there's two men coming unmarked to scoop that up.
It's crazy.
But yeah, no, Donnarumma needs to handle that one. That's not a big deal.
Late runs is something that we harp on a lot because you just
Yeah.
don't see people covered at all, and it's a lack of caring, it's a lack of IQ, it's a lack of awareness, and that's why I always say there's not many smart defenders these days. They just really aren't.
Yeah, and this is just in Italy. We're just emphasizing this because this is the team here. But
Yeah, I think we need to stress this a lot because like, we harp on Italy because we care about it, right? And we want them to be better, but you could literally highlight almost any game where somebody scores, and it's the same thing. Modern defending is at a very low point. So it's never been a better time to be an attacker, which is why I think Norway's going to do okay in the World Cup because they've got great attacking. They've got Odegaard who didn't even play, and they've got Haaland, and that's honestly sometimes all you need.
Yeah.
Strikers have never been more lethal. All right, this one here, amazing marking. So you get to see everything right straight up here. Mancini's got his eye on this guy. I don't mind this, right? Locatelli's playing defense again because this is what he enjoys doing. He likes to play center back now. Double teamed here. This guy is not covering anybody. Barella's just hanging out here. Di Lorenzo's not closing. It's not great. There's way too much space here. They're holding this line of nothing. And who's on their best player by far? And you as the
Nobody.
the tall center back, I know DiMarco's closest to him, but if this is me, I want Mancini here. I want Bastoni here, and I want DiMarco covering this guy
This is
who might come in here.
100% a lack of communication between DeMarco and Bastoni. Not just stuck ball watching, totally spacing out, just completely stupid.
This is also just, in my opinion, lack of confidence, because if you're like supposedly Italy's top defender, don't you say, "I got this guy. Don't worry about it. I got this
No,
guy."
he'll never do that.
No,
Nope.
no. There's lack of responsibility. It's also on Gattuso for not making assignments. Saying, "Hey,
Well,
when he's in the
we'll
box,
get
you
there.
get on."
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay,
But
here we
let's
go.
yeah.
Let us progress. I kind of like going a little bit slower. You like that, dude?
I like the slow mo sensual.
All right. Good pass, right?
Oh,
This guy's
the
wide
wide
open
open man,
because he's
wide
not
open man.
covered.
Yep.
Gonna have plenty of time to make this cross too, right?
Mhm.
Ah,
Well, because
okay. Oh,
our defensive midfielder thinks he's a center back. Smoked. Di Lorenzo smoked as usual, and then guess the guy who's been wide open this whole time.
the only body covering anybody
Yeah,
is this Mancini? The only body covering anybody
yeah,
is Mancini
yeah,
here.
Mancini's actually covering center
Wide
back. I don't
open,
think he had a bad game.
wide open. It's just the last goal. Who cares about the last goal?
Whatever.
Yeah, it was 3-1 at that point. But yeah, so marking somebody here. Bastoni still, I mean, literally their best player, just hanging. Ball gets crossed to him. Enjoy. Yeah, how about that?
Well, yeah, go back a second too. Go back a second too. This is the downfall of Barella as a player. Yeah, he's absolutely like, in my opinion, our best player, our most talented player.
Used to be.
And this
He's
is,
not right now.
yeah, this is where he's at now. This guy just runs right in front of him. He doesn't have any impact on the play. Barella does nothing. He just lets him run. He's just standing there, just a fucking dope.
Same with Loca.
Just yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
if Haaland doesn't score here, if Donnarumma gets a rebound, who's watching it?
Right.
Like he just slides right in front of Locatelli. Doesn't care. Doesn't care to stop him. Doesn't care to try. He didn't care to track him. This is really what I would harp on as a coach. Like these little things. Like this is what it means to be well coached and not well coached. The small things. Italy
This is
doesn't have it.
weakness. This is mental weakness.
Donnarumma again. It does hit his hands. Not a great shot, but yeah, he was not on this night. But I put that more on the marking than do him. But still, he probably should have stopped that before these got
I
close.
don't mind if someone fights for the ball and loses. Like a
Yeah,
couple
never.
weeks ago,
Yeah,
I
it's fine.
think we covered like Gatti. He was like the last man back, and he made a bad choice to like go and attack the ball. But he went for it. He made the attempt for it, and he fought for it, and he lost the battle. And I'd rather see that any day. Like I'm not going to bitch at a player for making an attempt and failing. I will absolutely scorch you if you're just sitting there letting players run in front of you, get position on you without even fighting for it. And that's exactly what's happening here. And
Black
that's the
Everett's
most
awful.
frustrating thing. And that's how you know they're just never getting back in this game. This game's just over. We're just they're
Yep.
as Gattuso said, they got scared. And that's pathetic, dude. You got scared of Norway, and I know Norway is a much better team than they used to be, but you're Italy, man. You're one of the best countries that are best at this game
They're
of
just
all
not out there
time.
anymore. It's
You are
they're
literally
not out there anymore.
disgracing.
The pride
Yeah.
is gone. And honestly, that was something that you would hope that Gattuso would be able to do, right, and change. But I feel
Well,
like there's certain personalities, though, in my opinion, that really need to be off this team. You
big
cannot have
time.
them there because while they're not bad players and they're okay for their club teams, and that's what I'll talk about when we go to Gattuso, they do have a trickle on effect. Let's continue. All right,
Yep.
this is, in my opinion, the worst goal here. This is Bastoni Central. You know him, you love him, Bastoni.
Tons of options available, by the way.
Yeah, tons of options, right? He can go here. He can go back
Yeah.
to Gigio.
This is our
He can
regista
go
because he
out
doesn't play
wide.
defense. Yeah.
No,
Here's him in his
go
element
over
with the
here.
ball at his feet.
Check out his little
Best in the
move.
world.
Whoop, and then
Oh, wow.
because this is too safe.
Yeah.
And he reads his little
I gotta be
tablets about
clever.
why he is such an amazing passer. We can't see him; he's off screen. If you just go right about here, I think this is Sakani or something like that, right? Yeah.
Zaccani.
But he's right there.
Yep.
But the people can't see him because it cuts that off. But, all right.
Okay.
So let's play this forward. It gets intercepted. Bam. Awesome.
No kidding.
Now what does he
Yeah.
do here? Guys, what does he do? Look at this space back here. You don't think the best striker in the world is going to see this space and say, oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm going to go hit
juicy,
that, right?
Juicy.
So what does he do? Does he cover this space? Does he say, oh my gosh, I just messed up. I got to prevent a goal? No. Watch
What
what
do
he
you think
does.
he does? Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, he chases the ball. Oh,
Oh.
half-hearted effort. half-hearted effort, and now 2 guys are wide open.
And if he doesn't, exactly, if he doesn't do this, what's going to happen? He needed to be here. He needs to say, hey, I messed up. I got to back up and make this happen. Instead, he takes a high-risk play. If he doesn't make this perfect, it's over. And
I want
doesn't
this
make
guy
it
off the
perfect.
team so bad. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, look at that. Boom. And then Alon just runs straight across. He knows what he's doing. And this guy's here.
Yep.
Mancini has no choice here. This is the proper run, right?
Yep.
I mean, I think this is Cristante. This is a proper run, but he doesn't get there.
Yeah. He's
Is
too
it?
slow.
Yeah. And then Di Lorenzo too slow as well. Both too slow.
Yep.
But I mean, this all happened from our boy who's just jogging back, hands out to his side. So there's many culprits here, right? But this is by far the one. He made the bad pass
I'd
and
like to
didn't
see a
cover his
slide
mistake.
tackle from Di Lorenzo. I'd like to see
Of
him
course.
try.
Of course.
You know, I
Same
know
from
fans are
Cristante.
going to whine and
Slide to cut it
cry.
out.
Yeah, dude. I know fans are going to whine and cry if he ends up getting a penalty there. But dude,
I want to see effort.
what do you? Yeah,
I want to
let's
see
go,
desire.
man. Like screw the fans don't know shit. Who cares? Go slide for that. Make an effort. Let's go. You're just behind the play, dude. You know, it's your teammates screwed up. Bust your ass to get back and solve the problem.
This was the
You know,
worst goal for me by
oh
far.
my God.
It was two main errors.
It's hard
The
to
biggest
say.
one, not even close, was on Bastoni here. Second was on Di Lorenzo, and then Cristante could have tried a little harder, but still, that's mainly here.
Yeah.
That's bad though. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. When your best defender is Mancini, there's a problem.
yeah, there is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, now we go to a magical fourth goal here. So it's a breakaway. I don't exactly know how this was. I do know how it started. Guys started stepping up. The ball was just passed straight up to him and just a one-on-one at this point.
Well, we're just overcommitting because we're trying to get back in the game. And
I'm not
this
too worried
kind of
about
stuff
it.
happened here. So yeah.
I'm not too worried
This
about
kind
it,
of stuff
but
happens.
see this type of defending all the time. And when you're fully turned, like your body's fully turned this way, I talked about this before on the other side, I believe, with Di Lorenzo. If this guy's
technique.
decent and makes a cut across you, you think you're gonna be able to turn your whole body 180 degrees before this guy moves like 20 degrees? Probably not. Let's see what happens here. Okay, cuts this way, fully committed. Whoop. And now look at the amount of turning Mancini has to do here is way too much. And he gets smoked.
Dude, that's bush
You can't do
league.
that.
That
You
kids
teach
could
that
have
in
done better than
kids
that.
stuff.
Yeah, that stuff you teach kids. This is a major problem, and this isn't a specific problem to Italy at all.
No, it's just modern defending.
You can watch. It's modern defending. There's absolutely no technique, and a player that has his experience at his age shouldn't ever be defending like that.
He doesn't try to slow him down. He doesn't try to take
terrible.
little steps at him to say, "Hey," and maybe at least throw him off. Maybe make him think you're gonna try to steal the ball. Maybe throw him off. Yeah. Maybe kind of have like a little stutter step down. All right, pressure him, back off, pressure. Do something.
It's a basic technique. I mean, it's you can't let him get inside there. It's simple as that. And he's absolutely baiting him to go inside. It's the most obvious move I've ever seen. I saw it from a mile away.
We showed something a while back of a good play that Rugani made when in Juve at his Champions League game where he did the exact thing. He saw, I think it was who it was, but it was a fast dude. Who were they playing against? Was it Madrid? Yes, Madrid. And it was Vinny Jr., who's super fast, obviously, and he knows it, right? Rugani's smart, and I think he's actually a good defender. And he starts doing that. He starts pressuring him a little bit like he's going to steal the ball, steps up, backs away, and just messes with him. Doesn't overcommit. He doesn't totally lay off him. Does something in between, and it totally shuts him down, and he has to stop, back off, pass the ball. Mancini doesn't do any of that. He's also probably not coordinated to do that, but who knows? But hey.
Well, these aren't the skills that are valued by coaches anymore. Every coach is in this horrible mentality of our defenders need to be attackers.
Yeah, that's why they want Calafiori to just go banging goals rather than just be a good defender. That's why they want Bastoni, who still people think he's still good as a defender, but he's not. He's basically an attacker.
Yeah, I think he's a poor defender. I think he's always been. We've been on his case just as much as we've been on Locatelli's case for being bang average at their positions and getting all this recognition for no reason.
Yeah.
So it's a problem. All right, what's next?
Huge problem. That is it for the goals. We're gonna show the disgrace of the week. And and while it wasn't the kind of straw that broke the camel's back, I think when you are displaying this type of mentality and character, the game is over. All right, I want you guys to watch this battle between Mancini and Haaland. Okay, just watch this. Please just enjoy. Push, right? Haaland just kind of does a little sweeping motion. You see here, you gotta see the whole thing.
Put it in slow-mo.
Got it. Right. This is just stuff, right? Well, right. One guy stays up.
Oh!
One guy stays up, tries to get the ball. The other guy takes the softest tap and fakes an injury to go down. Now let's continue this. Please, let's continue this. This is him.
Oh, no.
This is the result.
Look at all those tats, too. He's a real hardcore guy.
Open mouth.
Oh,
Screen. Oh, he can't handle it. Oh,
dude, get these guys out of here, man.
this
This
was at the
this behavior.
72nd minute. The game is 1-1
Oh,
here.
dude.
You got this mentality when the game is tied right now. You're trying to buy a foul rather than just battling a guy and saying, I'm going to beat you. Exactly. It's cowardice.
What a
This shows
coward.
weakness. And this is gonna really trickle down through your team.
This is soccer culture, though. This is just how these guys are. I mean, they're like this in adult league too. And we can pretend like they're trying to draw a foul, but you know damn well they really do think that stuff hurts. It's not. They have zero pain.
He didn't want to
tolerance.
compete. I think what
Right,
happened was
exactly.
he knew he was beat. Alon pushed by him. He didn't want to compete. He felt an arm slap him a little bit, which was probably like, I don't know, it wasn't even a slap. And it hit his like chest, and he just goes down to go down. And this is just
How does that
bad.
even cross your mind? How does it cross your mind in that moment?
It
to
should
do
never
that?
cross your mind, which means your mind is elsewhere.
It's just weakness, dude. I'm how
Right.
pathetic.
That's why this is truly a disgrace. I would say that this is a disgraceful performance.
It's getting harder and harder to watch this sport. I'll tell you, it really is, man. It really is. It's difficult.
So
This happens all the time.
that wins our disgrace of the week.
Absolutely.
That's it. And that was in the 72nd minute, 1-1. This is one of those moments where it's like, oh, it's mentality. But anyways, all right. So we went over the game, a lot of individual stuff, way more stuff that they could be doing better. Let's go over the lineup. It's something that I want to talk about for a while. We did not do our pre coverage of this. Selection wise, I actually like a lot of Gattuso's selection, not for the match, but his overall selection for these two games against Moldova and then against Norway. Thought that he called up some valuable people. I like that he put Esposito there, and he was actually good each time. I like that he called up Gabbia. I like that he called up Ricci. Did they get any minutes? Absolutely not. Should they have? 100% both of those guys should have played. But I like that he called them up. At least it shows that he was looking finally. You can't run this lineup. And we know
No.
you
can't run this
this
defense.
No, you can't. Or Midfield.
Or Locatelli. I mean, you can't run Locatelli, and you can't run this defense. I'm sorry. I'm a Juve guy. I think Locatelli works really hard for Juve. I think he's got a heart of gold. I think he's a totally average player, and he's never ever good for the national team. Not a single time, except for Euros 2021 as a bench sub.
Substitute center mid in a 3-man mid, not as a regista in a 2-man mid.
Yeah, Cristante is more effective. I'm sorry, it's true.
1000% agree. Cristante could fill that role better, and I'm not a Cristante fan. I think he should not be on the national team. But
we said the same thing about Cristante. I mean,
better than
he's
Locatelli.
better. Yeah, he's better than Locatelli.
In this role.
Sorry,
in this role.
Yeah, absolutely.
Barella also, in my opinion, he can't hack it anymore in this role. I think Barella doesn't have the defensive wherewithal to play this role anymore. Like look, the team is Di Lorenzo, Mancini, Bastoni, DiMarco. There is not a single good defender on there besides Mancini in a 3-man at the center. That's it, right? And I would say he's even good for only Roma, never for the Nazionale. So that's all bad across the back four. Then you have Politano, who does a respectable shift. Locatelli, not his spot. Barella, not his spot. So your spine is super weak. You got 4 people in the middle: Locatelli, Barella, Mancini, Bastoni.
Yeah,
I think that's all I need to say.
Yep.
I
agree.
Can't do this. I think he ran this when we covered. I think it was Israel. I know against Norway before was bad, but this I think was almost the exact lineup that he ran against Israel, and it was atrocious. Like the defending was gross. You can't run Mancini, who's only good in a 3-man, and Bastoni, who's only good in a 3-man, and a 2-man.
I think it depends who you play next to him. I really do. Mancini wasn't horrible here. I think he's a clown. I think he's a clown. But I mean, when you have when you're stuck between Di Lorenzo, Bastoni, and DiMarco with Locatelli in front of you, it is difficult. I think his
I think he was okay this game. He wasn't
I
amazing.
don't know why I'm complimenting Mancini, but like this is what happens when the standard's
Well,
so
I'm
low.
just not going to hate on him because, even though I don't want him on the national team, he just did what he wasn't bad. I agree with you. Right?
Right.
He deserves he gets to escape a lot of criticism, but he shouldn't have been starting.
No.
If you're going to run a 2-man back line, you only have 2 choices here. You have to play Buongiorno and Gabbia. That's it. So that's your 2-man back line done.
Yes, I
You
agree.
can't think anybody else. You could substitute on Mancini. That's it.
Yep. Buongiorno Gabbia all the way.
You cannot play anybody else. That's all you have. When you have a poor defender like Di Lorenzo and a poor defender like DiMarco playing side backs, you can't have that either. Like DiMarco has one purpose, right? He goes forward, he drives forward, he has an amazing cross, an amazing shot.
He's a winger.
If you're going to play left back, that needs to be a different player. It can never be him. He can't defend.
I have no idea why DiMarco is considered a left back.
Go and put Bastoni
He
out there.
plays. Yeah, dude. Throw him at. So
Bastoni
the
left
problem
back.
is, you have similar players in Bastoni and Calafiori.
Yes.
I think Calafiori is a better player. I think he's much more athletic.
Calafiori knows how to play defense if you make him.
Well, sometimes, yeah. I wouldn't put him in the middle. I don't trust him in a
No, not in the
central
middle.
uniform. Yeah, but yeah, I trust him in outside of a 3-man. But no, I think Calafiori is better than him in every single way. I just I don't think any player is going to be successful with Bastoni out there. He can't get the ball. He can't clear crosses into the box. He can't mark his man. He has horrible defending technique. I don't want him out there. He's an absolute main reason we have a problem with this team.
Here's the crazy thing.
Bastoni and Locatelli continue to play. This is the continued result.
Here's the crazy thing.
I'm sorry.
People don't see it. They keep running it over and over, and he is universally accepted as the best Italian defender. Yeah. This is pretty much universal, and nobody sees this. How bad he is at actually pure defending. Yes, I know he has a great left foot. He has a really good cross. I think he's always up there each game with the most successful passes. It's not a stat that a defender needs to have. It's not a defender. So I get it that he's a talented guy, but he's not a good defender. And
his stats are a bit good on FIFA though. That's what matters. Yeah, right? That's how they judge it. Yeah.
I don't even think he's great as a left center back, but if you're going to run him, you can only run him in one spot. That's it. And they're going to run him. Every person who comes in is going to play him. Yep. So he has to be left center back. You cannot put that responsibility in the center back.
I don't care what the name is on the back of the shirt, unless it continually becomes a problem. This has continually become a problem.
Already a problem.
He is constantly, every time, a problem.
It's been a big problem. So
he cannot defend.
That has to change. Gattuso's favorites have to change. This is one thing that we talked about a little while ago. Spalletti did a little bit of good. And that was getting rid of some of the trash who's never been good for the Nazionale. Those are names like Mancini, Locatelli, Cristante, guys like that who he just didn't call up. He did call up Di Lorenzo, as you were saying, which I think there's another one that should never be there. But on this team, guys that I think should be gone entirely are Di Lorenzo, Mancini, Locatelli, Cristante. So they have never been good.
I don't think Bastoni should be. I do not.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think it's never going to happen.
Ever played well. I'm with you. He has never played well for the national team. If I'm coach, he's not getting called up. Simple as that. He can go suck on it, and he can earn his way back in the team by putting in amazing defensive performances. If he calls me on the phone and says, "Hey, Anthony, why the hell didn't you call me?" I said, "Because you are not very good at defense. When you can prove that you're an actual defender, I will call you up for my team. My team needs defenders.
I would love
it.
You
can't do that.
I would love it. I just, honestly, and the reason why I say is I just know he's always going to be the first time on the team sheet. People are always going to make excuses for him. But either way, yes, I do agree. I think that he should be gone too. He's not... If you want to play defense, he's not going to be able to play defense. It's not happening.
On performances alone, he hasn't earned his spot. It's not. This is how you set a bad precedence for your team. By you have to have a hierarchy.
They automatically get the spot just because, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's you have to have a hierarchy based on merit. This is just a hierarchy based on popularity, and I'm not for that at all. I mean, this is a team that hasn't qualified for how many World Cups now? That's sucked ass for over a decade, nearly 2.
Yeah, and guess what guys have been there?
Yeah, these same guys.
People. Guess the guys that weren't there that are playing good. Retegui, Keane. Yes, Tonali was there, but now he's a centerpiece of it. Those are the guys who are playing well for the team these days.
Yep.
Ricci.
And I'm benching Barella until he gets his head out of his ass. He is so damn lazy now. It's ridiculous.
I think you still
It's
play
just
him
ridiculous.
if you're in a 3-man. I think if you're in a 2-man, I would
Yeah.
bench him. I
Well,
would
we'll
bench him
we'll
these
get there.
days.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
He can't play in a 2-man. He's too lazy. He was such an absolute animal. In the early parts of his career, and up, pretty much up until recently. I think up until
yeah.
last year is the first year he started to get real lazy. And that comes from a sense of entitlement, I think, that he hasn't earned.
Not for the
I mean, I,
Nazionale.
I
Not for the Nazionale.
what's
He's never been
what's his
amazing for
trophy
them.
cabinet? You know, a
A Euro Cup.
one Scudetto and a Euro Cup. I mean,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
if you're such a great player, and you know, Inter has had the best team in Italy for
yeah,
5-6 years now, and they've got one trophy to show for it. You know, and that's because of these guys.
yeah.
You know, let's go.
And
Step up.
honestly, the people watching this, we both actually really like Borrell. Like he's one of
I
our
love it.
top
Yeah,
top players. I think he's a fantastic player. But hey,
he's
you
number
got to
one for
call a
me. I
spade a
think he's the
spade.
most talented player in Italy, but he's
He
playing like shit.
he's been slacking off, especially for the Nazionale. He doesn't do enough. He barely plays defense anymore. He used to be a jack of all trades. He doesn't do that
Yep.
anymore. So in my
He
opinion,
was a
you almost
workhorse
can't
to
run
me.
him if you're going to have a 2-man midfield. The only people you can now run a 2-man midfield is going to be Tonali and Ravella. That's a stout
Yeah,
2-man mid, but that's all you got.
100%.
So you got to run a
100%.
3-man. So Fortezzi did absolutely nothing out wide. That's not where he plays. That's not his specialty. He makes late runs into the box. That's not going to work.
Yep.
But Tegi Esposito did well. I think Retegui wasn't as involved as I wanted to be. I thought Esposito was very good. Politano put in a hardship, as always. He plays the same every game. You can't give him any flack. Ricci should have been getting a start here for sure. He actually can play Regista rather than getting a substitute appearance. Scamacca has never really done much for the Nazionale, but he is talented, and if he kind of catches fire, then it's good to bring. It's a bummer we didn't see guys like Gabi. It's a bummer that we didn't see. I honestly think that even a guy like a Raspadori could have kind of helped out like later on in the game for a substitute. I'm just looking at the lineup here. Orsolini has been excellent. Like, why not give him a few minutes maybe to kind of change
I
the game? He
agree.
didn't see any minutes, and he's been
I
on fire
agree.
for 2 seasons straight, and he gets minimal love.
Well,
This is Gattuso's favoritism. I like it.
I'll say this: Politano gets a lot of shit. I do not think he's a great player, but he always plays a solid game, and I don't think he was to blame for anything, other than just overall lack of quality, which he's always kind of had.
Yeah,
But him and Di Lorenzo worked the ball well. The first half, I mean, that
and that's
Napoli side
fine.
was okay. The Napoli
Second
side was okay. I'm
second
not
half, you
blaming
got to
them.
get a goal. You need to put in Orsolini, and
Yeah,
if you got to move
exactly.
Politano to the left side and just have him cross, fine. Or if you want to take him up
Yeah,
and put on Zaccagni, fine. Like it's not a
yeah,
negative against them. It's just Fortezzi's pointless out wide. Get him out of there. He needs to be in the middle. That was
yeah.
an absolutely pointless starting, anyways. I mean, we talked about this too. Why not just shove DiMarco up there? If you're gonna play a 4-4-2, put DiMarco at side mid. He'd be an excellent side mid. He'd be a crap side back. And why do you have to
He
play
is a
him
crap side back.
exactly? So why do you have to play him? Can't you just play him at side mid? If he's not a wing
I,
back,
I
I think a side mid sounds great for DiMarco.
he's a wing back for Inter, and so that means a wing back must also be a side back. No, he's a
No,
winger. He's a winger who plays wing back.
right.
It's like the Victor Moses factor. You would never consider him a side back, but he'll play wing back for Conte for Chelsea or whatever,
So many
wherever it
wingbacks
was.
too these
Yeah, it's
days. Like that's all they do. They're not known for their defensive prowess because they can attack.
let him play out. We talked about this when Gattuso first got here when we found out he's going to run a 4-4-2. I
Such a
would
bad
run
formation for
DiMarco
this
as
team,
a left midfielder all day long with Calafiori behind him.
or even Bastoni behind if you're gonna put him on the field. Get him out of the middle. Get him
Fine.
out of there.
Yeah.
But yes,
Well, we
Calafiori is
got
way
the
more
yeah.
athletic. Yeah, for sure you put him there.
Yeah, we have a major problem with call-ups. I think in order to kill the sense of intent, this wasn't a must-win game. Neither is the next one. These are the games you need to
No,
experiment
the
with.
next one is it's over now. So it's done. Yeah,
The next one's the first
we move
qualifier,
into
right?
2 qualifying games and that's it. You lose one, you're done.
And what did we learn?
We learned that
We learned
our
we learned that
players that are always bad are
Esposito's
still
good.
bad. Yep.
Yep, Esposito's good. No. We learned some good things from
All
Gattuso.
right.
We did.
Here, you tell me what you learned from it. I'll tell you what I learned from it. That'd be good.
Keane and Retegui are a good strike partnership. Orsolini plays hard for the national team. Tonali is our only midfielder and I really don't think he helps out on defense nearly as much as he should. I think he's become defensively inept, but he's our hardest working, best midfielder right now. DiMarco is absolutely not a side back. And who was the other guy? I was just going to say something about someone else.
Izzy Burrell, Locatelli, Mancini, Di Lorenzo, anybody like that?
No, I forget.
Or
Whatever. We
Saccani,
those are the main things
Orsolini?
we've learned. Those are the main things we've learned.
All right,
You know,
here's another thing.
we found a good strike partnership.
We've learned that carrying 4 keepers is a genius move because he's used them every game, right?
He's not going to play anybody else anyways.
I'm just saying, it gives you an option. Why the hell do you need a 4th keeper?
He can't have too many choices.
Get rid of it, dude. Like, give me a midfielder who's playing well right now. Give me another attacker who's playing well. Give me like some kind of random name, some name who like might just make a difference. Why the heck? You don't need a 4th keeper,
dude,
no.
I agree with you, but giving Gattuso too many options is like putting a spaz in front of a whack-a-mole machine, dude.
Listen,
like, no,
it's got to be said. It's ridiculous. You can he only listed 2 as the backup anyways because that's all the subs you can take. So that guy just sits there and chills out. You're not playing in the actual World Cup, dude.
I'll tell you what he does, buddy. You know what he does.
He just lost his
You know why he's there, pal. He's snapping guys in the locker room with the towel, just giggling. Come on, guys.
He's the fluff man.
Yeah, he's the fluffer. Yeah.
Also, yeah. And this is so small, but I mean, we're here to absolutely like dissect. I would never put Vicario over Caprile. Caprile's been the hot name for a couple years' time. It's Carnesecchi. Well, he's called up though. So it goes Donnarumma and the 2 subs. You can't see it on your screen, but I'm looking. It's Carnesecchi and Vicario. Give Vicario
I'm just
out
talking
of
about
there.
who he's playing.
Right, give Vicario out of there. Your 3 keepers are Donnarumma, Carnesecchi, and Caprile. Done. That's it. Now we move on. Call-ups. We learned that the old favorites that have always sucked still suck for the national team. Di Lorenzo, Mancini, Locatelli, Cristante, gone. See you later. I don't want to see you again.
Yeah,
those are the old guys. Even Bastoni just said, see you later, right? If you play a 3-man,
Bastoni's gone.
I'm sure people play him, but I don't think he's good. Yep. Anyways, we learned that, yes, we did actually learn that Orsolini is not going to have the Di Natale issue where he can't perform for the national team. Orsolini actually can perform, and he works really hard. I think that about 2 years ago he changed because he wasn't a hard worker. He wouldn't get back either. Orsolini works his ass off. I think that he should be on the national team no matter what. We've learned that Raspadori is exactly who we thought he was. He's never good when he starts, but he can be a valuable substitute. I think he earns a spot on the team. As you said, Tonali is our best midfielder. We are going to miss Ravella. He needs some time for the Nazionale, but
Ravella needs to be there, dude.
His injury is he's out again.
He's out again?
Yeah, well, that's why he's not here. I mean, he's not
playing. He's out now. Yeah.
So, and I don't think he's going to make it. Well, he might make it in time for the other ones, but you need to also be carrying Ricci. Ricci has only ever performed well for the Nazionale. He's only ever played well for Milan. He's only played well for Torino. He's never been bad. This guy needs to be either a starter or your first sub. So Ricci needs to play. We did learn a lot of things.
Yeah, if Ravella is not available, Ricci needs to play.
He's the call.
I totally agree.
Tonali's a staple. He plays regardless. But yeah, and if Ravella's not available, it's Ricci. And then if you're running 3 midfielders, then you got Barella. That's your third.
How old is Verratti? Does Verratti not want to play for
Italy? He's like 31. He's not that old.
Why is he not playing for Italy?
He's 33. 33. No, he's fine enough.
So?
He can play. Yeah, you can play.
So what? Yeah,
I don't care at all.
Especially for Italy.
Super talented.
Why is he not? Does anyone know? Put it in the comments. Does anyone know why Verratti is not playing for Italy?
I'm gonna assume it's because he's playing, in a not amazing league, but I still think it's John.
Neither is Retegui, and he's still sweet for the the national team.
Neither is Retegui, and Gattuso was calling Chiesa. Yeah, I mean, Chiesa's been a backup for a bit. Chiesa needs to get his shit straight, man. Like, did you hear?
Dude.
No, he's not. Did you hear the most recent? You hear the most recent thing?
No.
He said he didn't want to play for the national team. He didn't feel like he was still ready. He's been healthy for a while. Gattuso's been trying every time. That's a character problem. That's an issue.
Yeah, but he's playing great for Liverpool. Whenever he comes on, the fans want him to play. And you know what? He got blamed for absolutely every single problem Juventus had. Fans trashed him, wanted him out. He was absolutely our best player. Came off a huge injury, had a decent season. Everyone thought it was the worst season ever. I won't spent a fortune trying to replace him. And so, yeah.
I won't hammer his quality, but what I can hammer is he makes some very weak-minded decisions. He's the one who chose to sit out the national team this whole time when he's been healthy, and Gattuso's been calling him every week. He's also been, or every time there's a call-up. He's also been the one who chose to not come back to Italy this past summer, when a ton of teams wanted him. He chose to stay there, take his cash, and do his thing. So he gets two massive, I guess, insults from me. I think that's a very weak character, and we need him. We need that guy like that. He can change the game. That's a dude who can have impact.
We need to stop shipping our boys out of the country. We need to stop shitting on them and sending them abroad. If you keep doing that, especially to your best players, it's going to piss people off eventually. And this is going to get into what our problem with this national team actually is.
Let's go to it. So I think that we've been saying this for a long time. We've got our whole cast on our last channel, Primo Calcio, which will still be. We'll upload this to that too because it's very very Primo Calcio-esque here. But it's, and I'll start off and then we can delve in. Mm-hmm. This issue with not having a quality national team spawns from a lot of things we talked about. One, the big teams not developing the Italian talents. They're buying foreign. The growth of is a massive issue. And all we do now is just buy foreign players. We don't actually develop and respect their own. There's no national pride. And there used to be quotas, right? And I think we're at a time now, and I think you'll strongly agree with this, is we need it again. We actually need it because they're not developing it. We're getting the worst out of our guys. Also, the youth sector is rough. We have barely any good infrastructure, which is also a killer. So you're getting a combination of a bunch of things. So go ahead.
We have been completely cuckolded by world football and the media. Completely cuckolded. And this is, sports are a microcosm for the rest of the world, but we cannot abandon our culture for the sake of money. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're selling off our teams.
How many non-Italian owners there? It's insane.
Dude, yeah, exactly. We're selling off our teams. All our young players are getting sold off, and now they're getting sold out of country. We lost a lot of our young players just last season, and all we're doing is bringing in foreign players to get new markets. And it's so irritating hearing people say like, "Oh, this is why you don't sign Italian players." No, on the contrary. This is exactly why we need to sign more and more Italian players.
Yeah, you need it now more than ever.
Milan, Inter, Torino, Udinese, Sassuolo. We need to start overloading
the more foreign we've gotten,
teams with Italian players,
the worse we become as a national team, right? I mean, Milan is the most foreign it's ever been. Last year we had a game. I remember
the more shit our league becomes. The league is shit now too. And guess what's been happening? It's been getting progressively more and more foreign. So the more I hear people preach this garbage, the more they're just going to eat their own words, because all that's happening is our league sucks now. Our national team sucks now.
And we're losing culture.
And we have no culture. We have no footballing identity anymore. Everyone knew what Italy was going to do. It was a pain in the ass to play against. I loved the way we played. I was proud of it. We don't even have an identity anymore. No. And this is because the brainwashing that's been done by the media to the fan base, and it's had the same effect on the powers that be, and the powers that be don't care about anything other than their own money. And I actually honestly think they're in some like weird conspiracy to destroy culture across Europe just in general. And Italy just had such defiant, awesome culture that they're probably like public enemy number one. It's happened. It started after Calciopoli.
I mean, they started calling it like anti-football. So defense. So let me. So you're gonna say that defense is anti-football? If I'm not mistaken, defense is a part of the game. So how can that be anti-football? It doesn't make any sense.
Because the British media wanted to destroy us.
It wasn't even only them. It was also the local media, because they did the same thing, because it's honestly media. Culture. Yeah, it's terrible. It's everybody. It's all of it. But I mean, you look at these teams, right? And what I was about to say is Milan last year, when they were under Conceição, it's ridiculous. They literally had a game where there wasn't an Italian in sight. They ran a starting 11 with 0 Italians. They had a coach who wasn't Italian. They had an owner who wasn't Italian. That's disgusting. AC Milan and Inter Milan, if everyone knows the history, split because of a couple of things, but mainly that.
How'd they do last year?
They were terrible, but they mainly split because one team wanted to have Italian players, the other wanted to be international. This is a part of their history, their culture, their core, and that is a microcosm. Juventus, they are known for being mega Italian. They are so foreign now. You have Locatelli, and you have Cambiaso and Gatti. I mean, come on, guys! Like this, the league is not better for it. We're worse. The Nazionale is not better for it. We're worse. So I think we have to go back to quotas. I think we go back to back. You must start at least 5
You have to.
Italians every game, if not 6. You must start it.
I'd say 6 or 7. You need to get extreme in the very beginning to sort
Yeah,
the
and then
problem
back it
out, or
off.
nothing's going to
Yeah.
happen. Yeah, you got to get extreme
The
in the beginning
majority
and
is
back it
6,
off.
right? So I guess I'd
Yeah,
go 6. And I'm with you with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the starting lineup. I care about, okay, if you're going to dress, how many players a match, 75% of them or 70% of them have to be Italian. You can start who you want. That's fine, but you have to have that many, because then you're gonna have the youngsters on the team and stuff like that, because they'll be cheaper. Blah blah blah. Either solution has to take place, because we have a massive problem, and I don't care what anyone says. We need to quadruple down. We need to 10x the amount of Italians that are
You
on the
got to
field
go all
now,
in
because
at
this
this
is.
point.
I'm done with it.
Starting
I'm done watching
from
these shit teams that are meaningless. A strong Juve is a strong Italy. We haven't had that in a long time. We have the most foreign Juve we have ever had, and we're the worst
we had
we've
the
been in
most
years.
foreign Milan we've ever had. Like our two
Yeah.
teams were always known for being teams with strong Italian cores. Milan was always a little more foreign than Juve, but we had world class foreigners and top class Italian core. No matter what, our teams are structured similarly in that regard. And now they're just broken. Like Milan is not a
It's
bad team right now because they have some quality players like Modric and guys like that, but the core is broken. They don't mean anything. They're foreign owned. I mean, it's
We
not
don't know
right,
who we
man.
are anymore. We have no pride. You got these weirdos now with tats all over them, rolling all over the ground, afraid to mark people, afraid to confront their opponent. Uh, you know, Players playing, in other countries. Some of our best players in other countries. It's a absolute complete disaster, and
You he's got to
we
get
need
back to
to
basics,
ignore.
brother.
Yeah, ignore the all we Italian players aren't good. That's a bunch of crap. We talk about it a bunch of times. The young players
Yeah,
are
go look
are, are,
at the
are under
youth
21
teams. They're all
teams
good
are
for
doing great.
years.
They need to continue to start and play, and they need to play in environments that have a system, that have a culture, that are
That
a
also
machine.
value them.
Yeah, of course.
Because
It's
when you
it's
know you're probably not going to play for your team because they're just going to go buy some random foreign guy who's of a similar skill level, you're screwed. You're screwed. You got
it's
no future.
who are we anymore? What is this country? What is this team? What is this league?
Well, we don't play defense
It's
anymore. We're not hard to break
no.
down. Right? Like, we're no longer a difficult team to break down, which was the identity. Right? We don't have the players to be the most silky smooth, buttery playing in attack. We don't have those like really glorious Trequartista players like Totti and guys like that. We don't have those guys right now, but they could develop if you actually like that's the way you play. Right? We should be
Yeah,
playing old school, lockdown defense
I
with
totally
some
agree.
really like tricky, classy, very smart, cerebral attack. Great, do it.
Yep.
That's how I want to play. That's how Italy always played, and we lost it.
Yep. This is We need to stop listening to people who tell us that there's no good Italians and to buy foreign players. All we've been doing is that for almost 2 decades now, and we've been getting progress. Our league is now complete shit. Our national team is complete shit because of it.
Yep.
Let's stop.
Here's the
Let's
issue.
stop.
It will never change
Nope.
when you have brought these foreign owners into the country because when that happens because you needed money or you wanted money so bad, then now it's done. Because you cannot expect a foreign owner to say, "Hey, I really want Italian pride at my club, and I don't care about making money as much. I want just to build an Italian core. No, this has to come from the top down because the owners aren't going to do
Yep.
it because they're all foreign. This has to come from Serie A. This has to come from the FIGC. That's the only way that your country improves in the future. And I think it will have a massive trickle down effect and in the long run, it will bring your league more money. It will bring your league more eyes. It will bring your league just better quality because you'll actually win things. When you have a strong, solid core, you're going to be okay. What's the Game of Thrones Baratheon thing, like open hand versus a one fist, right? You need to be
Yep.
united with a solid identity, a solid course. You could actually be strong, and not this weak, fragmented nation that has no real footballing culture anymore. That's what has to
Yep.
happen.
Stop paying attention to the fans. Stop paying attention to the media. Know who you are. Know what you do, and be proud of it, because it worked
That's
great,
right.
better than any other country for the longest time. And I was super proud of it. And I have no idea what the hell I'm watching, not just at national team level, which is my favorite, but at club level. I have no idea what the hell I'm watching every weekend. It's just a joke. People
It has to
justifying
change.
just random average foreign players, like, oh, there's and just every week it's bashing the Italian player that they had the worst week. I'm like, what are you even watching? You know, no one's great out there, but they certainly weren't the worst. And this is what happens. They just get crushed,
Right, and then
and
they
then they
say,
get
well, this is
convinced to
why they
bring more
haven't
players.
qualified because there's no
Yeah,
good players. Like,
yeah,
guys,
and
it's because you haven't been promoted for long.
they get replaced by someone who's equal or worse for more money, and then everyone wonders why the team sucks. This is the process. It's very frustrating,
Yep.
and it's been going on now for, like I said, way too long. And this is the reason we started the podcast. And it's all like, really, it's just proving us right in the most explosive ways. And this is something it's not right because we want to be. It's right because this is so fucking obvious that it's hard. We have to say it out loud. And this is why we even started. It was because we
No, that's
needed to
100% the main
some
reason.
sort of some sort of sanity out there, being like, this is the problem. I'm sorry, it sounds mean. It's not nice. Whatever you want to
We
call it.
respect
This
a
is the
strong
truth.
Italian culture, which is something that we have
Yeah,
lost massively. So yeah,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. It's done. Do you want to get into a little bit of Gattuso and
That's
formation
exactly where I
stuff?
want to
And
go because we haven't
all
covered
right,
that. So
cool.
we'll go there, and then we'll kind of, and then we'll end with how we
Yeah,
make our calls,
that's a good way
what
to
our
get off the rant
ideal.
too, because I could keep going.
Yeah, for sure. This is
I was
something that
pretty nice
we bitch
though.
about
You
together.
didn't. You won't have to edit any of that.
It's very true. You were quite good, actually. Hey, so
Yeah.
guys,
I got all my system in the
please give
precast.
a thumbs up and a like and share this
Yeah.
because this is Anthony's pretty amazing work there. All right,
Yes. Yeah.
so
Well, I had a bunch of discussions throughout the day with random people, so it was
you
just.
got it, you got it.
I
That was
got it on
good.
my system. Yeah, I got it on my system.
This let's go into Gattuso, his selections, and the reasons like that we think he's just. I think Gattuso as a player was remarkable. I think mentality wise he's top level. I think that he's just a crap coach. Gattuso has never been a good coach. He had a little bit of success
No.
at Milan initially because he got some players to play hard and well who were slacking off. That's what he can give you, but he cannot
Yeah.
make a bad player into a good one. He cannot make you smart because he's not a. I don't think he's a smart guy, personally. I mean, I don't know how he is at that level, but I think footballing IQ wise, I don't think he's very smart. He had a lot of grit into a lot of heart, but I don't think Gattuso's some guy sitting back there like just calculating everything that's going on, tactically putting this piece there. He doesn't have it. Look at
He says the right things.
would you
I would
ever
have said the
chosen a four
exact
four
same thing.
two?
No.
Like that's ridiculous.
But hey, listen. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think formations are that big of a deal. I
I
think people
think in this
overrate
day and
formations
age,
completely.
with these players on this team, it's freaking huge. Why?
No.
Because the 4-man versus 3-man back line is massive. I don't think the midfield is
We've run
important.
we've run 3-5-2s, we've run 4-3-3s, we've run 4-4-2s. We have the same problem. It's the players all the way. It's a character issue. It's a discipline issue. I mean, we just broke down Mancini. How old is he? 26 years old now. He doesn't know how to do basic defensive.
I agree with that,
Basic
but
defense.
when you put him in this 4-man, you have guys who just straight up can't
I
play that. You can't play
I'd
Bastoni
still
there.
run
You
a four
can't play
man.
Mancini there. You can't play these
I'll
guys.
show you my lineup. I changed it from the one I sent you earlier. I'd still run a four man.
I know who we could run there, but the issue is you only have like 2 to 3 people in the whole country at this moment in time who are good at that role of playing a 2-man.
Mm-hmm.
You have Buongiorno and Gabbia,
Gabbia.
and that's it. So you can't
Yeah.
really run that. One guy goes down injured. Now it's not looking so great. In my opinion, at this
Listen,
point in time, Italy needs to be a 3-man backline team. It is what it is.
organization is very important too.
Of
Okay,
course.
let's take a look at last year. Okay, I'll use Juventus as an example. Last year, one of the worst Juventus fans or teams I've ever seen on paper, and Motta had us very strong defensively for the first half of the season with
Yeah.
Gatti and Kalulu, Cambiaso, and Cabal as our defensive backline.
Right.
Okay, Cabal, very poor defender, good going forward. Cambiaso, very poor defender, good going forward. Kalulu, very poor defender, good going forward. I don't even know if he's good at that. Gatti, totally average defender, has his moments, good and bad. He has good moments, he has bad moments. Can't trust him. And that four-man back with Locatelli in front of him, mind you, and Thuram, who's also
Yeah.
defensively inept. So you can also organize your team if you're a really good coach. And I hate to say that. I mean, I don't think he was a very good coach, but he at least prioritized defense first and try to build from there. You can do that with tactics. That's where you can come in and say, okay, we're going to play stout defense. We're going to pass the ball around to the side for 90 minutes. And if we score, we score. If we don't, well, hopefully they won't either. And the game will end 0-0 or whatever. You can achieve things bad players with specific organization. But what you can't do is when you have guys like Bastoni who refuse to mark a man. And this is what happened last year too with Juventus. It broke down because the character of the players became, it became, they got exposed. They were losing games late. Clutch goals were getting conceded because in those character
That's a
moments,
character issue. Yeah, yeah.
they didn't have it. So no matter what formation you run, you're going to have those character issues with these guys because you got the same bums running onto the field every time. My issue with Gattuso is not tactical. Because I think a 4-4-2 can work just fine. It's super basic and it also puts, two strikers out there. It is what it is. Mine are all personnel choices in my opinion.
So
That's where I'm at
I
with him.
I don't disagree with anything that you said. However, I think that you just have a much easier time with this current Italy by just running a formation that fits them better. Do I think that it's necessary to run a certain formation? No, not necessarily, because a formation can only somewhat mask character a little bit in some situations, but not always, right? And yes, character is going to be more important. Desire is going to be more important. Discipline is going to be more important, right? Actually, being smart and seeing what's around you is more important. All that stuff outweighs anything information can give you, but information can drastically help you by making it easier on the guys because they know their role, they've been there, done that, they played that role, and they're just more comfortable in that position. Plus, it covers up some of your weaknesses, and enhances some of the qualities of some of your best players, like a guy like DiMarco, who, in my opinion, is a world-class wingback and a low-class sideback. But in my opinion, yes, it does matter formation-wise. No, it can't cover up the biggest things that need to be fixed this team, like character. So I get where you're coming from there, and I do agree, but it's a way easier time doing formation. So give me so I mean, personnel. We talked about personnel. I think we think the same guy should be off this team. Who would you want to
Yeah.
see on the team?
Well, I mean, Ravella's injured. That's
That's
a
an obvious
major
one.
disappointment
Yeah.
to me. Yeah, but I mean, Gabbia needs to be starting at this point. He
Yep.
has had a good season. Honestly, I don't know why Rugani can't even find a place in Juventus, but these are the kinds
He's
of
been good
defenders I
each
want to
time.
see.
He's been good.
Yeah,
He's kind of played.
I want defensively responsible players. I don't care if he's a sexy name or not. These are the players I want to see out
Yep.
there. I want to see Orsolini playing. Where's
I want to see
Verratti?
Ricci getting minutes. I think Verratti would be a
Yeah, I want
fine
to see
call
Ricci
out.
getting minutes too.
Where's a guy
Yeah,
like Mandragora, who's only been good for Fiorentina?
yeah,
Where's a guy that is a jack of
yeah,
all trades?
yeah.
Good player.
We got to call up some of these young guys. I mean,
Who's the
you
young
know,
dude who plays right back who's had a good season? Palestra. Why not run him
Palestra's
over
looking excellent.
Di Lorenzo has been awful every time he's played for the Nazionale. I don't care if he's captain for now. I don't care.
Yeah,
He's a
Bellanova or
bad
whatever his
player for
name
the
is.
team.
Bellanova looked
Yeah,
good.
play Villanova.
Cambiaso, where's Cambiaso at on the right hand side? Why can't we play him? I mean, he's at least better for the national team than Di Lorenzo's been.
Always.
I mean, that always, yeah. And DiMarco's either a wingback or he's
Or he's
a
off the
winger.
team.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm just because has a great left foot doesn't mean he needs to play. He costs us so many damn goals. It's so frustrating. So the guy's a winger, and you can play him as a wingback if you need to. That's that. If we're not gonna play with wingbacks, he can play left midfield or he can sit
Just
on the bench.
substitute. Exactly. Go on the bench.
Yep. Yep. No, we have a we. It's very hard to take over a national team when you're Gattuso and you're not a tactical genius. You're not going to sit there and coach these guys on technique.
No, but
That's the job of
no,
their
no.
club
But you
coaches.
gotta
And
get
even
the
at this
cancers
level, you
out,
don't
man.
do it.
You gotta get the guys who've been there, done that, and they do it the wrong way out. Like when you bring back
Yeah,
guys like Mancini, Di Lorenzo, Locatelli, the usual suspects that we talk about.
Bastoni. Yeah,
Bastoni. When you
yeah,
bring these guys back, you are now setting the tone that we're gonna play this way because listen, players don't change that much. It's very
right.
rare when somebody has like a transformation and all of a sudden becomes a remarkable player. It happens, but it's rare. They don't change that much.
Yeah,
You're bringing that same mentality right back to the team that never worked before. There's a reason we haven't been in 3 World Cup or 2 World Cups in a row about, and might be a third. There's a reason.
yeah,
Get these guys out of there. They're done. Their time has passed. It's long gone. Now it's time for different
yep.
people who might have a different
Yeah,
mentality. It hasn't been
it's
broken yet.
absolutely a character issue, dude. It's not a formation issue. You got to pick
I think it's
a
just one
new
of them.
crop of
It's a
guys.
compounding thing. That's where I'm at.
You need to pick a new crop. You need to bring up a new crop of guys. Get the young guys out there and let them play. I have never ever, in my entire life of being a fan of the sport, been a proponent of young players. It is 100% necessary right now. We
Yeah,
don't
you
have
need new
experienced
blood,
veterans.
new
Yeah,
mentality.
when you don't have experienced veterans that have a sack they
Bring
have
in
no
the new.
place on your team. Then you have to bring in the young guys. You
Bring in
have
the
to
new.
establish something with those young guys, and it might be rough and ugly. If this was a young team out here and they played like this, I might accept it. These these are veteran guys that are playing like this. This is totally unacceptable, dude. Totally unacceptable.
Agreed. Like
So
you don't
no,
have even like, even back a few years ago, you don't have like the Bonucci, Chiellini, the guys who've been there, done that, and have some clout.
well, that's who won us
Like
that damn Euro
right,
Cup. Those
like
guys were terrific.
Bastoni and Mancini and Di Lorenzo are not that level. I'm sorry, they're just
No,
Di later. Di Lorenzo
they're not.
costs so many goals every time he plays. Like yes, he was out on the team, but anytime there was a goal, oh my god, Di Lorenzo's gonna cost. You just knew. I
No,
mean, it's
we've been
gotta stop.
doing. Yeah, we've been doing field vision presented by Manpacks for a long time now, and it's always I don't know how many times we've seen Bastoni responsible, Di Lorenzo responsible, DiMarco responsible,
Locatelli
Locatelli just
responsible.
yeah, Forrest gumping into his own net. I mean, it's just insane. And Donnarumma was just frequent stinkers, man. Like
Yeah, yeah. He's totally a big game player. I know this team didn't matter.
he
Like
is.
he shows up sometimes, but he does lay some serious stinkers.
Yeah.
Let's get into your ideal formation. I like that you change it because it's going to be different from mine. Go for it.
Yeah,
And
so
and
I
and
changed it
personnel
up.
formation and
It's
personnel.
essentially the same formation. I would just structure it differently, similar to what Conte did last year with Napoli, like a 4-3-3 going forward. But in defense, you'd be in a 5-3-2, whatever. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
But I'd have Calafiori at left back. I'd have Buongiorno, Gabbia, and I'd have Cambiaso, and Cambiaso would run the whole wing. And then I would have Rovella, hopefully if he's healthy, if not Ricci, and I'd have Tonali and Barella. And I would have Orsolini on the right, and I would have Keane, and I would have Retegui. And I know I'd be playing Keane as a left winger. I don't care. He can get inside, or you play him as a right winger, whatever. I'd have him come inside when Cambiaso
Okay. So
overlaps.
basically, just like a different setup of the formation, but basically the
Yeah,
same thing.
it's a 3-5-2 and or 3-2-5 in attack and 5-3-2 in defense.
Yeah.
Just because I think it might be easier to manage that way.
Who's going to be a
I
couple
don't
key
think our guys
subs you
can
want to
dunk.
see on here?
I,
Like
I want
what
I would
what
want
what
to force
goalkeeper subs
people
you
to
want?
stay back. Oh, I think Carnesecchi all the way. I think he's edges
Arnaseki followed by
Caprile.
Caprile. Agreed. Same
Yeah.
page.
Donnarumma, Carnesecchi, Caprile. Those are my three goalies. I want my central defenders. I would never consider in a four-man back line Calafiori as as central defender. I would have Gabbia. I would have what's his face, Buongiorno. I would have I mean, Camuzzo hasn't even been starting for his national team, but he had such
They're
a
they're
good
really,
season last
really
season.
messing with him. Yeah.
Yeah. That whole team needs Palladino back bad. I mean, that same exact team last year had an excellent season, and
Yeah.
Pioli's just completely imploded that team. Yeah. The problem is I don't even know who you call for backup. I bring Rugani up there, and I would bring Mancini. I don't think Mancini's played bad enough for me to have on the
He's
team, and
been
I don't
okay.
think he was. Yeah, I don't think he was around during the Spalletti era to hold him responsible for that. So I don't think I think he's a goofball, but as a fourth center back, it's fine. Plus, he was decent with Buongiorno. He doesn't move that bad.
All right,
But no, I mean,
midfield backups.
Leone's injured.
Yeah,
Leone's injured.
exactly. Salvini's been injured
Um,
like perpetually, so yeah, you can't pick those
Scalvini's
guys.
constantly
Those are the
injured.
easy choices for
Yeah.
sure, but yeah, you can't pick
Gotti's
them.
had a bad season.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him
Last
there.
season I would have said Gatti plays well in big games. He does
Agree.
great against guys like Haaland, big strikers. I'd trust him in those matchups. I would never start him against a fast guy. Um, what was your next
Who are
question?
your midfield backups?
So we're super thin there. If I got Ravella and
If
Ricci
Ravella's
for my
healthy, all right.
yeah, I
See,
got Ravella and Ricci. I got Tonali Barelli. I got Fratesi. I've got I'm begging
Verratti.
Verratti to come back to
There's
play.
your
I'm begging
six.
Verratti to.
There's
Well,
your
I'm not
six.
going to say it. There's a reason he's not playing. There's no way that Gattuso hasn't called him.
I don't know,
On
but if you don't have Verratti, who would be your replacement right now? And it can go off
I
form, and that's what I think this position. I would
I
actually
mean
flex.
Casaday's been looking good. I like Pasilia a whole bunch. I think Pasilia is super talented. Love what he's
Yeah, yeah.
doing. Um, Mandragora as a player I've always really liked. I'd at least give him a run out in a few games. This would have been an opportune time for a guy like that. Rough season with where he's at right now, so it's hard to say. But yeah,
Yeah.
those are the guys I would be looking at.
Agreed. And then attack, I think you gotta start, Retegui, Keating.
Retegui, yeah,
Backups,
Raspadori,
I think
Orsolini.
Esposito is kind of made his. I think he's
Oh,
definitely the next
Esposito all
backup.
the way. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
done really well. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'd be doing.
yeah. So I think that we pretty much agree. Formation wise, I would just make it a very firm 3-5-2. I would be running
Calafiore on the right.
Calafiore. I would run Gabbia, and then I would run Buongiorno. And that
Yep.
would be my start. You could
One
swap.
athletic guy,
Yeah, you
one
could
one
swap
tough
which
guy, one
side
smart
you
guy.
play Calafiore or Buongiorno on, whatever. I don't really care.
No, I would play
Figure it out.
definitely on Calafiore on the right, and the reason I would do that is because
He doesn't shove up as much.
he can act. Yeah, A, he can use his right foot. He's not inept with his right foot, and B, it would prevent him from overlapping so
Yeah,
much and being so
true.
overly aggressive.
Unless you need a goal, you swap it up, push him forward a little
And
bit.
quite frankly, I would just drill it into these people's heads. Your job is to defend. Your job is to defend. The only time you can make late runs is in a key clutch moment, and that's all I want to see. One or two a game tops. Pick your spot.
Yep.
Don't be the singer that busts out the big note in the first 30 seconds. Save it for the end. Pick your spot, dude.
Yeah.
Pick
No.
your spot.
That would be my starting. My backups would probably be. Let's see. Who'd you run as a backup?
For center
Got
backs, we're a lot of our young guys are injured right now, and
yeah.
that's a big bummer. I thought Coppola did a decent job, but I don't know if he's playing much in
Yeah,
England or
I'm
what.
not sure that what
Football.
I've seen from right now.
Hmm.
I think actually Ranieri is a decent shout for like a left center backup.
Yeah.
Like he's been pretty decent. I would consider Gatti. We would see.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Gattuso's not as bad as everyone
we
says he
could put up
is, and
there.
people just love to hate on him. It's
If I'm running a
Ga-
very finite 3-man backline, I would consider Bastoni, but I'm so disenchanted with them right at
nope,
this point that I probably
nope,
say,
nope.
nah, you're off. Um,
He has done nothing but fail for the national team.
Center wise, I would probably take Camuzzo. I know that
Yeah.
he hasn't been getting many minutes. I think especially in the center, he'd be really good. He's a
Yeah.
different type of player than Gabi. He's a little more forceful, right? Definitely less smart. But hey, it gives you a little bit
He's
different
young.
look, right? He's young
Yeah.
and he can play on the right side if you need him. So that's probably what I would do. Wing backs is very easy for me, incredibly easy for me. DiMarco is left wing back, Cambiaso is right wing back.
Yeah, we have a ton of good wing
And
backs.
then you just play Bellanova over there on the right side.
Yeah.
And then I honestly would take Politano just because I think he works really hard, and I know that he's not maybe a perfect wing back, but I like his work rate, and you can always change the formation and run like something like a you can run
We
a
have good wing
3-man
backs.
wing. You can run like a 3-4-3
We
if you need to.
the main push, the main support I would give to your the 3-5-2, and it's probably is the best formation for us because we have so many good wing backs, and these wing backs they cannot play defense at all, but we have good wing backs.
They could help
Uh,
like double cover somebody, which is
DiMarco,
fine. That's your role
Cambiaso,
there.
Bellanova, what's his face? Even like young guys like Coyote have been looking good.
Yeah.
Palestra looks excellent. I mean, we have options at wing back. There's no shortage of wing backs.
No.
Politano can play. I mean, Politano is no less defensive
Spinazzola,
than
that's the
any of
guy
our
I
other
was
guys.
forgetting.
Spinazzola, oh yeah,
Spinazzola will be starting actually because I think he's had an amazing
yes,
season.
yep.
Spinazzola
I
should
can't believe I
start on the
forgot
other
him.
side. Cambiaso should sub. Spinazzola's
Yep, I
top
totally
notch.
agree.
Cambiaso can go
Totally
sub
agree.
for DiMarco, and Bellanova can sub for Spinazzola.
Yep, I totally
Spinazzola's
agree.
top class. I was brain. I just couldn't think of last one. Anyways, that's
Yep,
my
good
midfield
call.
is
Good call.
incredibly easy for me. Rovella sits back as a regista. Tonali sits as one of the two center mids, but you give him a little more defensive responsibility than you give Barella, who's the other center mid, who I
Yeah.
think you give relatively free reign to go forward, create, do what he
Yes.
does best. Let him be a little more free, and you're going to see the best of Barella. You might actually
It's
finally
really
see him play well
basic.
for Nazionale. Then you run
It doesn't
Retegui
matter
Keane.
how you
That's
set
it.
up. It doesn't matter how you set up, as long as when you're in the attacking zone, you're in a 3-2-5, and defensive zone, you're in a 5-3-2. It's that to me is as basic as it gets. And the reason for playing a winger is you can actually defend in a 5-4 and just keep your one striker up top, which could be Keane or Retegui. They can rotate based on energy. That's really all that matters is when they're in the offensive line set up that way. And having Tonali and Ravella
That's
with
awesome.
actual defenders behind them, that's great.
Ravella Barella is really
Yeah,
truly a top class midfield.
yeah,
Substitutes, I would say Ricci for sure. I think he needs to be there. Fratesi for sure. He
absolutely.
gives you an attacking flair. And I would flex that last pick. I think that kind of sixth midfielder
Casadei's
there.
been good. I
But I
like
think it
Casadei right now.
depends on the weeks. I say you
I
pick the hot hand. whoever's playing good the past month or two, that's who you take, because you never know, that type of guy can catch fire and give you a lot of inspiration. Same thing in the attack.
Yeah.
You got your typical guys. You got Retegui, you got Keane, you got Esposito. You maybe don't take Skamaka if he's playing well. You definitely take him. If he's not, then you don't. You take probably Raspadori, and your last guy, you flex it. If Chiesa would just stop being who he is and just actually want to step up for the team, you take Chiesa. You don't even think about it. If not, well, then you kind of flex that pick.
I think
Or Celine
Chiesa
does need to be on the
will.
team too, though.
I
That's
think.
the thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on with. I think he's butthurt, and that's that.
Well, he's got to get over it because
Yep, he does.
national pride comes over everything. That's the issue with this current generation. The national pride is so freaking low that your
If
your
he's on
best
this,
attacker even has that type of mentality.
if he's on this team right now, he's gonna be blamed for all this right now. There's one guy that's gonna take all the shit,
Ah.
guaranteed. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Fans were crushing him at Euros. It was crazy. So I'm gonna defend him because I think he's one of our most talented players, and we need him
I'm
really
not going
bad.
to because of his actions over the past year and a half. Prior to that, I would have, but I'm not going to anymore.
Well, I don't know about I don't read the tabloids, but I
He's the
think
one,
that
man. He's the one
he's fine.
who's told Gattuso no,
Mhm.
and he's been playing for Liverpool. He's the one who chose to not come back to Italy. Many offers ready to go. Napoli, Milan. Come on.
You think he'd solve our problems right now?
No, but I think he's a massive help, even off the bench. He actually can change a game. I don't care if he's got 30 minutes in his legs or
I think
60.
he's our most
He's
talented
a
attacking
game
player,
changer
no
by
doubt.
far. We all know that. He's for sure. You imagine you got Retegui, Keane, who give you a way different look, and you sub one of those guys off because you need pace. You bring in Chiesa. That's top class.
Hey man,
Top
he shipped out
class.
of Juve when he didn't want to leave. He got stuffed on the bench at Liverpool by that dickhead coach.
Yeah, but you're playing for a
And
country, not a club.
despite playing, having great performances, he still gets it. I don't know. These guys are weak. Their brains are weak.
Exactly.
First of all, they're
Weak-minded.
footballers, so they're always weak. And now it's modern times, so they're mega weak. This is like, yeah. I mean,
Somebody's got to come in and change the game because you know
thick
what?
as paper.
We've got to almost be.
Young guys, man. Young guys.
That's what I'm
Young
saying.
guys. Young
You
guys.
need to
Young
be
guys.
defiantly
I'm done with this
Italian.
group. I'm done with this group. I'm done with them. This is no coach, no formation is going to fix this. I'm
So
sorry. It's just the case.
my last question
Stop all these guys.
before we wrap up the cast. We got
Yeah.
2 games to go. What do you do with Gattuso? Do you keep him? Do you fire him? What do you do? You got 2 games
You
left.
can't
What
fire.
do
You
you do?
can't keep firing coaches, man. No, it's not. You can't keep firing coaches. This is not Gattuso's fault. It's not. It's not Gattuso's fault. I hate his call-ups, yes, but do you think that Allegri would have called up different guys? No, he's going to
Yes.
call up the same guys. No, he's
Allegri
going to
would have
call up
been better
Bastoni.
by far. Same close.
Allegri would have definitely done better. He's a great coach, but he would have called the same guys.
Probably not.
Yeah, dude, listen, man. Bastoni is going to give up your clutch goal when it matters the most.
He's gonna play. That's the issue. Bastoni will, no matter what, he's
DiMarco is
gonna
going to
play.
give up your.
But
Locatelli's going to be an idiot.
I
This is the
trust
way.
Allegri's organizational skills better than anybody out there for our team. He's a
Allegri and
really
Conte
good
are by far the
organizational
best
guy.
coaches that we had available. And Ancelotti went to Brazil so he could go, play in the sand. I don't know, but this is where we're at, dude. And I don't blame Gattuso for any of the things that just happened
I do.
yesterday.
I do.
Oh, you do? Why?
I do. Because I think as a coach, your main job right now in the national team is to just organize your damn team. Tell them that this is the way you want to play, and certain things can become paramount. Defense first, right? You're compact. You move as a line together.
We can't
One
play
thing
defense
changed.
under Spalletti.
One thing
We couldn't
changed.
play defense.
Hold on.
No.
One thing changed for Milan when Allegri came in. We all of a sudden became incredibly compact. Our personnel did not change besides Modric. Our
That's true.
defense is
That's
the
true.
same. All of a sudden, all the defenders are compact. No. I know he's a world class player.
You have Modric and Rabiot.
Sure, Rabiot
Yeah.
hasn't been playing the past few games, and our defense is still good. We let up 1 goal a game max. Sometimes a 2. It is a way more compact team. The reason being is because of the coach. Gattuso has an issue with this because he's not a good coach. He says the right things. He's a good motivator. This is not all on Gattuso, but a large part is on him.
I mean, you're not going to motivate these players. You're not going to organize.
You can organize them.
Compact.
And if you don't organize, you're off the team.
Okay.
If you can't listen, you're off. Done.
I agree with you. You and I wanted Allegri, absolutely.
Conte.
You can organize these players all you want. Okay, they're gonna give up, and maybe games will be closer. They'll look better, but we're going to lose them when they matter the most because these players are not clutch. They're not competitors. They're weak.
Yes,
There's
but
there's no
certain
coach
guys
that
like
can make
Conte can inspire a little more than most,
Conte more than
even
anybody would
for a
have
little
bigger
while.
balls to make people go away.
And eventually,
Yeah.
those guys still fade. And
They,
they don't like to stay strong forever. But for a season or for a few games, yeah,
Conte will call up Sturaro and Giaccherini
great.
and
I don't
start
care.
them.
Will they work
And
hard?
and
Probably.
they're and yeah, like that Conte team, man, they really got screwed, but it's fine. I
I actually
that's
weirdly
my
enough
optimal
would.
coach.
I think if you can get one of those guys in a weird way to just coach for a few games, yeah, I would do it.
Nah,
I wouldn't
you need more
replace him.
time.
I wouldn't
You need more
replace
time.
him for like.
You need more time.
I just haven't been a fan at all of what Gattuso's done. We're almost like fighting
Oh,
against it.
we didn't like the hiring in the first place, but this you can't fire him with 2 games to go. I don't know, man. It's like you made your bed now.
Yeah, they're not gonna win
You,
with this man.
you know,
You're gonna play. He's gonna be like,
they
no, I
kept
have my
Spalletti for too
team.
long. Allegri was out of a job, and they didn't approach him or ask him. They hired the goofball Spalletti, who's now coaching my goofball team. It's this is
The
we're
FIGC
stuck
is
with
the
Gattuso,
worst.
dude. They
They're
suck.
the
I mean,
worst.
the whole summary. It starts from the top. It's the same problem with our teams.
It
The FIGC
always does.
is the problem here.
Always does.
They are
From
the
the
problem,
Nazionale to the league
100%.
to the individual teams. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
think
are the problem.
that's where we'll end it. This problem starts from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
I think we've given a lot of food for thought. Whoever has
No,
been
you
kind
can
of made it through the whole way, please leave your
you can
comments. Like this is probably where we actually want to hear the most
no,
feedback.
you
What?
can shuffle coaches, you can shuffle players. If you don't have a cultural identity, you're never going to ever achieve what you used to be. You're never going to get there. It's
Of
never going to be like it
course,
was. And it all stems from decisions made by the FIGC, caving into international pressure,
and
not fighting for our
failing time
throwing our
culture.
own teams under the bus with financial penalties. It's just absolutely insane. The just like the self-loathing culture that we have here.
They
The
traded
the the
in
self-sabotage.
they traded in culture and identity for cash.
Yep. Yeah. And
Enjoy,
that's where we're at.
enjoy Italy.
Yeah, enjoy. We told you this would happen, and what did you expect?
Okay. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this because honestly, it's not like everybody must hear our words specifically, but I actually think we have a lot
No,
of
boy.
points here that you almost must because this is the type of stuff that if this mentality changes and grows, then maybe there can be a change in Serie A. Maybe there can be a change in the FIGC. Like with
We need
enough
to change the
people talking
dialogue.
about it, yeah, exactly. It has to
We need to
stop
change the
being the
dialogue.
same dialogue that's been happening.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
why would you buy Italians when they suck? That's not the right dialogue. It's hey, we need them now. I like what you said at the beginning. I agree. Now more than ever, we got to go internal. Okay.
Yeah.
Forza Calcio. Ciao. We'll see you on the next one.